Welcome to DeaconsTable MiniAdventures, set in the mystical and diverse world of Foreverland, or as the elves call it, Oyala Endor, specifically in the enchanting Middlelands and the mysterious Mistwood Forest. These one-shot adventures are designed for both seasoned adventurers and newcomers alike. Each session is a self-contained story packed with exploration, creative problem-solving, and thrilling challenges, allowing players to dive in without long-term commitments. With a revolving cast of players from our DeaconsTable Discord community, every adventure brings fresh faces, unique characters, and unexpected twists. Tailored for 2-hour sessions and adaptable for 4 players, by default, the MiniAdventures scale dynamically to match group size and character levels. Whether you're navigating arcane ruins, braving treacherous groves, or confronting ancient foes, every session weaves a new tale in the ever-growing tapestry of Foreverland. These adventures will be available for sale on our Patreon page. Well, I don't know what happened there. Hello, everybody. How you there, role players, gamers, geeks, freaks, and everyone in between. I don't know where all of our players are. I'm going to see what's going on. Oh, there we go. They're all on the screen. Welcome, everybody. Thanks for tuning in to another Tuesday evening episode of MiniAdventures. This is episode number 12. Of course, brought to you by DeaconsTable. I am Deacon Blues, your resident dungeon master. We are going to just kind of go through our checklist of everybody here and make sure everybody's audio and everything else working, and we'll have them do introductions on who they are and who they're playing. But in the meantime, I just want to emphasize as well, guys, that we are, and anybody out there watching, we are not a professional company or professional crew or professional actors. Some of us might be semi-professional actors or trying, you know, other than that, we're just a group of friends that get together and hang out via our. Oops. Luke is back again. There we go. Hopefully this time we're working.
Lay down.
You there, Luca?
I am. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Okay, there we go. So we're off to a better start this time around. So yeah, I just wanted to make that clear to everybody that's watching that we are not professionals. This is just a very loose group of friends just having fun, and we do encourage everybody to join us on our Discord. I will be putting that link up. We actually have a link tree up now at that where you can access all the different links for us, all the different social medias, the merchandise, the Patreon, and so on, all in one spot. We even have a Ko-Fi as well as a Patreon because, again, not sure how that's going to work in the future. I'm working it out. Bear with me, okay? Other than that, let's go down the list and we'll introduce everybody and figure out what's going on. And we're going to start with Red. Who are you and who are you playing?
My name is Garrett. I am playing Red, the Gearforged rogue, who's good at climbing and has a nice purple cloak.
Okay, nice. And next up, we have Suvis.
Hi, I'm playing Suvis today. She is a water dragon folk. And she is, sorry, I've got the wrong thing pulled up. A sorcerer, dragon bloodline, or draconic bloodline.
Awesome. And Gabba.
Hey, Ken the Friend here, playing a tribal folk, also known as Goblin. Little Gabba started off as a wild barbarian, but has turned druid of the Grove and just enjoying her adventures with all her friends.
Awesome. And last but not least, we have Luca. Luca Greycliff, who are you?
Yes. Luca is a forest-born human, although she, at a very young age, got into the Ether Bloom and was raised there and is a warlock. and has
Awesome.
recently come to Mistwood and settled in there to find out what's going wrong with the leakage of energy from the ether bloom into the material plane, and also to kind of just learn about humans and society in the material plane too.
Yep. And other than GABA, I think when you say you've come to reside there, you actually have a house in Mistwood right now, and GABA's
That's
got a
right.
campsite, which is cool, and a grow. Well, he's got a little bit more than the campsite, I guess we should say. But either way, before we get into the adventure, I know everybody probably just heard a whole bunch of ancestries there that they're not familiar with. Gearforged. Gearforged basically is a unique version. It is a Foreverland version of automatons and the like. So it is slightly different than anything offered by other sources. So it is unique to Foreverland. When Suvis mentions that she is a water dragon folk, well, loosely based on Dragonborn and other types of ancestries from other systems, Dragonborn are different than our dragon folk. Quite a bit different, actually, with some of the things they get and some of the abilities. Of course, a goblin is a goblin, but they have unique traits as well. In Foreverland, and they are part of the tribal folk ancestry line. There's a bunch of them. You can actually play a minotaur and a bugbear and all the rest of that. You can even play a gnoll if you wanted to. And then, of course, Luke is probably the most normalized of all, but she is a forest-born human, because even humans have unique traits in Foreverland. So that's something that a lot of people are not familiar with. And she also mentioned the ether bloom. Ether bloom is Foreverland's version of the Feywild. It's a little bit more chaotic and nasty in a lot of regards. So that's just to kind of familiarize everybody with what we were talking about there. So if you hear these terms, you're not surprised. And from there, we are going to get started a little bit here. And let me just very quickly pull up our introduction. So what has happened is previously Suvis, Luca, and Gaba, along with Alira, were at a place called the Ruins of Blackthorn Keep. You guys went there actually on a rescue mission to help out the town of Grimholt that had been overrun by raiders and marauders from the Alsafia, or the lands of Alsafia. And you tracked the marauders and the raiders down to these ruins, and you dispatched of them and returned the goods to Grimholt. However, while you were there, and it's something you didn't feel comfortable doing at the time, you did uncover a set of stairs leading down into catacombs or perhaps dungeons beneath the keep. And that is something you guys had always had in mind to go back and check out. Recently you've been talking about it, and of course there's been a lot of talk about that area and that region, because again, there's been a lot of battles and such going on. There's battles going on currently in the Scarlet Grove that people have been hearing about, but you were going to make that trip again, and you went looking for Alira, who was with you the last time, and she is away on a hunting mission of some kind, being a ranger. So you have found the company of Red, the Gearforged, that has been hanging around Mistwood and hanging around the Roaring Fox for the last little while. So you did manage to get together and make that journey, and it is quite a long journey, as many of you can tell from the map. As you can see, you don't really see all the hexes, but each hex that is on that map is actually 100 miles. So you're looking at probably a good week and a half or longer to get to, well, maybe I think we said it was 2 weeks the last time to get to your destination, to the ruins. So you guys do make the trip. And that's where we're kind of going to start off with everybody. And again, just to take a quick time and pause and explanation, our Discord is a 24/7 role-playing Discord community, so you can play live at any given time. The adventures outside of the Discord, when we're doing one-shots and campaign settings, are kind of like the TARDIS. It's like a time warp, a temporal distortion of sorts. So the time that you're away, you could be away for a month and a half or 2 months, and when you come back, it's like you pretty much never left, with the exception of our regular ongoing streams. So that's something that we, we'll look at in the future as well. But either way, that's where we are, and that's where you guys have been heading for the last several days, and traveling. Actually, I should say about a month has passed actually as well. More than a month has passed since you guys, the last echoes of battle have faded from this region and from the broken stones of Blackthorn Keep. Now, as you crest the final hill, the ruins come into view once more. Very familiar to the three of you. Weathered, silent, and shrouded in low-hanging mist. The jagged silhouette of the keep rises against a leaden sky, its half-collapsed battlements no less foreboding in daylight. Creeping ivy has grown thicker across the walls, and the once blood-stained courtyard now lies eerily quiet, disturbed only by the wind threading through shattered archways. Where hobgoblins once rallied and ogrekin roared, only the hush of the wind remains. But something stirs. The great doors of the keep hang slightly ajar, groaning softly in the breeze, as if inviting you once again. Beyond them, the ruins wait, and beneath them, the ancient stairwell yawns, descending into untouched darkness. Whatever secrets the keep tried to bury will not be hidden much longer. Who is going to lead the way?
Well, Gaba probably being the I don't want to say toughest, but she would probably keep everyone behind her just to keep them safe as she starts peering her way in, seeing who's ready to go in.
Luke,
We're here.
Second.
Suvis has always been a long-range person. She always tries to stay pretty far to the back.
Red will kind of follow up third, maybe. He'll look about at the ruins and say, wow, this place is a bit of a fixer-upper.
That's an understatement.
I thought my cottage was bad.
Right? I mean, your cottage is lovely. I'm so sorry.
Well, you should have seen it before. Barely could call it a house. Cottage, you pretty much was more shack-like. But I fixed all that. Now it's much better shape.
So sorry, Suvis, you were third, right? You were third?
Red was.
Yeah, I'll
Red
go
third.
third. I'll go last. Or third, I should say. Yeah,
okay.
Sorry.
All right. Just putting you guys out there on your thing. Now, just so you guys understand, I'm going to take this off my wall because I put notes up on the wall. So I can see the wall wherever I can get my hands on them. The corridors of Blackthorn Keep. Keep's lower levels are narrow. They stretch, they're no more than 5 feet across in general. The walls, ceiling, and floors are constructed from ancient stone bricks. Age and moisture have worn the surfaces smooth in some places, while others are rough and cracked with time. There are faint carvings, long eroded, hinting at the keep's past grandeur, now reduced to shadows and ruin. So just so you can get a feel for what the hallways are like as you descend these stairs. You go down probably a good 2 to 3 stories beneath the ground as you emerge into these worn stone steps. You come in from the west. The air grows damp and heavy with the scent of decay as you reach the bottom. The chamber before you is quite vast. Its high ceiling is kind of lost in shadow. So obviously more than a story, or probably at least 2 stories up, even though you're only 3 stories down. Dust coats the cracked flagstone floor, disturbed only by the faint remnants of old footprints. Tattered banners hang in silent ruin along the walls, their sigils long faded, whispers of a forgotten order. At the far end of the room, which is to your left, which is the north wall, sits a throne, abandoned. Once imposing form, now fractured and broken. Rubble and debris litter the ground, remnants of a collapsed section of the ceiling. An open stone archway on the southern wall leads into a darkened corridor, its edges worn smooth by the passage of time. And there's a chill in the air, carrying the whisper of something unseen just beyond the edges of your perception as you look around, Gava. You have dark vision, so you can see the room. It's not again, not brightly lit or anything like that. It's dark vision. You can see your way around. What is your first instinct as you enter upon the room?
Well, seeing it's an enclosed space without a lot of places to hide or escape to, the first is just to check for any. The footprints are old, so it's probably nothing this close, but just any signs.
Yeah, there's like a layer of dust over the footprints, but you can see footprints in even older dust.
Okay. She kind of relaxes and kind of enters a little bit, just letting the party make room for the party to follow her in.
That's the throne. I'll just put that there.
Oh, okay. But she'll take a few steps in and just kind of look around for anything interesting.
There's a few steps in. So, Luca, you come down the stairs. You see the same thing. Where are you inclined to look or go?
Carefully look at those footprints and see if I can tell the most recent set and which way they were going.
They seem to be going across towards the open door in the south.
Which makes sense.
Yeah.
And did you say that the throne is all broken up?
There's bits of rubble all over the floor. Yeah, parts of the throne have been broken off, but there's some rubble on the floor from probably from the ceiling. Parts of the ceiling and the walls have come down. It's a lot of debris in the room.
I'll go over 1 square north of Gaba and take a real closer look at the throne and see if there's any inscriptions around.
Okay, so you're going to go and examine the throne. Red, as you come down the stairs and you see the same thing, where are you inclined to?
You got to it before I did. Red sees the throne and or what used to be the throne and says, "Oh, this must be where the royalty lives," and then walks over and is going to investigate the throne to see what he can see.
So you're going over
carefully watching his step.
Okay.
Anything that
and Suvis.
Well, like Red said, they got to the throne first. But she will say, isn't this a strange place to have a throne? Wouldn't it be usually up higher in the building, not down in this dank area?
Well, maybe they wanted people to see the king right away, so that he wasn't hidden.
It's like Roaring Fox. Helen not stay up in towers, she down where people come in. So this is a good place to meet people.
True, but that is on the ground level. We are down below the ground level. Wouldn't you think they would want the throne on the ground level, not down in a dungeon?
Well,
I agree.
Maybe this is the ground level of this particular place. Maybe it goes even lower than this.
Mm.
And then it's like a reverse world kind of thing where lower is higher.
People. I never understand people.
Okay. So you were at the throne first. It is a massive weathered throne. It's cracked and partially broken. Yet it still has that air of authority. It's not doesn't look like it was particularly an evil throne or anything like that. It's not like skulls everywhere and It's just, yeah. Are you doing anything specific? Luca, did we lose her?
What am I doing?
Well, you're at the
Sorry.
front.
No, I was more looking at the base to see if there's any type of writing or inscriptions or anything.
So you are looking at the base of the throne. The base of the throne, there are some faint claw marks gouging the stone near the base, as if something had repeatedly scraped against it in that particular direction.
She says.
What are you looking at
one
around
awful
the throne?
big cat.
Yeah, because it's gouged right into the stone. So, Red, what are you looking at the throne?
I'm sorry?
You were looking at the throne as well. So what
Yeah,
specifically are you looking at?
Can I dig through some of the rocks? Like move some of the rocks aside and see if I get
from the ground or off the throne?
Off the actual throne itself.
Okay, so you start moving things off the throne and just checking to see if there's anything there. Make me a perception check as you do.
Sure. Pretty good at that. How about a 4?
Yeah, you got to move stuff away. You kind of scoot it off. You kind of clear the seat off a little bit. That's about it. Gabba, what are you doing as they're searching? They're kind of, you see Luca looking at the base of the throne, just kind of down there, bending over, looking at some scratches on the floor. And you see Red kind of clearing off some rubble and debris off the seat, off the throne, the seat of the throne.
She'll keep her focus. She'll take actually a few steps away from the throne toward the south. Along the way, she'll collect some throwable stones to keep in her pouch in case they come in handy. And just keep an ear out down the southern exit just to hear if there's any kind of, make sure there's nothing approaching the party. Kind of a lookout, sort of.
All right, and so you're just doing the lookout thing. And Suvis, are you doing anything as well while they're doing this on the throne?
I think she would kind of look at like the walls and things around to see if there's anything important, like any instructions for this place, or just anything that might help with
the room, or
yeah, across.
Okay.
Yeah, right there.
You're over here. You're looking at the wall.
She's further away from the people that way.
Yeah. No, I get it. And you're doing that, and as you're doing that, and of course, Red, you're still kind of tossing things off and brushing it off and whatnot. Everybody
move
can
out of the
make
way.
me a perception check.
To roll, yay!
Everyone? Sorry, you said everyone?
Yes,
everyone. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Perception.
Oh, that's better.
19 for Luca.
First roll.
I am going to use what's called Built for Success to add a D4 to an ability check just because I can. Because I got a 15, but I want to make sure that's enough. I'm going to roll a D4 and add 2, so it's a 17 for me.
Gabba also has a 19.
Okay.
No, I feel silly. I have a 14.
All right. Well, actually, even a 14, you get it. With a 14, what you notice, Suvis, is you're just kind of looking at the wall, but you didn't notice it at first when you walked in here. So maybe it just happened, or maybe it's always been here. You're not sure. The air itself seems to carry this like a faint whispering, inaudible. You can't hear exactly what it is, but it's like somebody's whispering. You notice that. The three of you notice. You kind of start to get that as well. Gabby, you hear it first because they're busy examining, and of course, Luca, you've got like bits of rubble being pushed on the floor beside you. So a little bit of noise, but so you hear it first, Gabby. You hear like a faint whisper that it's again nothing audible at all. But you also start to hear something else, and then all of a sudden, Red and Luca, you're hearing that sound as well. But then the three of you just get this unsettling sensation, like hairs in the back of your neck. Well, unfortunately, Red, you don't have that sensation, but like you're being watched.
Lucas says, something's coming. We're here. She would step around, look around towards the south exit.
Red's going to pick up a rock to throw just in case.
Okay, what you guys see? Close these up. Close these up. And now I got to bring these. I just got to find it. It is a...
The Beholder. Have fun. What the?
Yeah, no. I hope not.
I run up the stairs and leave. No,
This is undead.
Well, I gotta go, guys.
4 and
Sorry.
5, not 14.
I'm just looking for it. Why can I not find it? Where'd it go? Dang it.
I guess it left.
Hey, that's a win D&D.
Yeah. It's not one of those. One of those.
That's probably a good
I
thing.
think it's one of these. A translucent whispering spirit all of a sudden rises from the throne
Oh,
and hovers just above it.
hi.
There's shadowy tendrils that seem to be linking it down to the throne. What are your initial reactions? Red, you are basically clearing off the seat, and it kind of almost went you felt a chill, have you, as it kind of passed through your hands momentarily. So what is your initial reaction?
Red will back up 5 feet, being like, are you a treasure?
Okay, so you ask if it's a treasure. Luca, what is your reaction next? Because you're the next one you're there.
Luca would back off, but in the direction of that number 1. She'd back off from the throne, and she's ready, possibly indeed, for a Eldritch Blast.
Okay, so you're readying a spell. Gaba.
Gaba turns a look and she's like, "Can Gaba and friends have permission to visit house?" She's kind of asking a permission to explore the area.
You're speaking to it, okay?
Yep.
And Suvis.
Does the ghost look royal?
Ooh.
Or whatever this creature is.
No.
But it looks like it's
not
tethered
at
to
all.
the...
It looks like almost like what you see there, like a shrouded skeleton, but yet incorporeal.
And it looks like it's like, I think she'll ask, "Are you trapped here?"
Okay, so that was all of your initial reactions. As it's just kind of hovering there, and it kind of looks vaguely in your directions, but almost through you, if you know what I mean. Like it's just kind of looking and scanning the room as you're standing there. Red, you've asked if it's treasure. Gaba's asking for permission. And everybody's doing their thing, and no one's taking an aggressive action at this point. However, that whispering sound that you hear that seems to just kind of surround it, it is that inaudible whisper that you've all heard is coming from this thing. That whisper becomes sort of a cry, and then it becomes a wail. I need all of you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Hell, I like that.
Wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom saving throw. Come on. That's so bad.
Oh boy.
6.
Hey! 6 for me too!
Oh dear.
We matched!
That's not good.
Shortest dungeon crawl ever.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
This is my first dungeon crawl. Let's see how this goes.
Well, let's
Luca rolled
just
an
say
18 save.
trying to close this up.
Well, at least you can drag our bodies out, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Things. So who rolled? Where is it? Who rolled under a 13?
Here.
Yeah,
Me.
you are frightened. Anybody else?
Ooh.
Suvis.
Davis, you are frightened.
Okay.
So Red and Luca, you saved.
Yes.
Yes, I rolled a
Okay.
15.
All right. So, da-da-da.
Does my held action go off since it made a hostile action?
Yes.
So it takes 2 Eldritch Blasts.
Ooh.
So let me roll for those. Oh, the first one's a nat 20. Woohoo!
Oh, here we go.
And the second
Looking for the
one,
rescue.
second one is a. Let me see what my modifier is. Second one is a 19. All right, so
19, yep,
damage on the nat 20 for Eldritch Blast is 1d10. It's 4. That's 10 points, and double that for the nat 20.
Yep.
So that's 20 points
was that
damage.
your roll was 10? You
Yeah.
rolled 10?
Yes.
Okay. So 20?
No, I rolled 6 plus 4 is 10.
Okay, so it's 12 plus 4 is 16.
Okay.
Or
The
so
dice
12,
are doubled.
whatever.
The dice are double.
Sorry.
Okay.
Getting confused.
Yep, I get it. That's 12 plus 4. 16 points on that first one.
Nice.
And 13 points on the second one. I rolled a 9.
Holy cow. We ain't messing around.
16 and 13 damage.
Okay. Excellent. So yeah, that is your spell going off. Now, those of you that are frightened, basically for 1 minute, you have disadvantage on all ability checks and attack rolls. While the source of the fear is within your line of sight, you cannot willingly move any closer to this particular individual or this creature. So just so you are aware of what your restrictions are at that point. And at that, we're going to ask for initiatives.
Oh. 16.
Okay, Gabby, you're 16. Luca?
I did a lovely 7.
7. Suvis?
Dirty 20.
Nice. Red?
I rolled a dirty 20 as well.
Cool.
Okay, which one of you has a higher dex?
Probably me, but
I have a 17. Dex.
I have an 18.
Hey, nice.
I'm a rogue.
Okay. So
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Red gets to first. So Red, you are the first one up.
Red's gonna go. I don't like her screaming, and he's gonna run towards it, and pull out a short sword that's attached to his side, but it's actually like a piece of his side. It's just very cleverly disguised, and so he pulls it out and he takes a slice at it. Hopefully hitting. Let's see. Actually, maybe not. Just an 11 hit.
11 does not hit him.
Yeah, that's not surprising. As a bonus action, because I have crossbow excerpt, I'm going to attack with my crossbow. My hand crossbow. Wow, my rolls are terrible. That also misses because it's a 10. Wow.
Okay.
Not rolling good tonight, guys. I don't know. I'll have to switch to physical dice.
Is that the end of your
no, sorry. I wanted to do this cool thing. I ran at it and take a slice, and then I will roll, like do a tuck and roll, and that's when I fire and miss. But I'll end up in the space above it, directly above it. Like guys,
so you're up here,
right there, exactly. Like a
okay.
kind
Well,
of cool thing,
it's
but I completely.
So you're behind the throne?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
I tried to do something cool. Both shots completely miss, and it ends up just looking.
Oh,
Hey guys, look at this. Oh.
Okay, Suvis, what are you doing?
Running.
Okay. Well, I don't have to get closer, and I'm long range, so it's okay, right? I think I'll do a lightning lure. We're gonna test out its resistance, hopefully. It is a 15-foot from self to it. You create a lash of lightning energy that strikes at one creature of your choice that you can see within 15 feet of you. The target must succeed on a strength saving throw or be pulled up to 10 feet in a straight line toward you, and then take 1d8 lightning damage if it is within 5 feet of you. This spell damage increases by 1d8 with higher levels.
Okay.
So you have to do a strength save against my DC, and my DC is 14.
And he failed.
Okay, so he'd get pulled 10 feet towards me. If he's in 5 feet of me, which he is now, it takes 1d8 damage. So I will roll that. And that is 4 damage.
Okay, 4 damage.
And she is specifically watching to see if it's effective on it.
It does affect it, yes.
Okay.
The Eldritch Blast affected it, and that affected it.
Okay.
So far. Okay, and that brings us to... Yep, you're up.
Jesus.
well, it's a good thing that Gabba's got one of the rocks that she picked up and clutching it tightly as her eyes are wide and her pupils dilated. The rock glows green, and she's like, "Go away, ghost!" And she'll throw the rock at him, casting magic stone towards the creature.
Okay.
That will be disadvantage.
It's like Gambit.
That's only a 12 with disadvantage.
Misses.
And since that was a bonus action, she's going to kind of hide behind Luca. Because Luca's like saving her from this thing. And that ends her turn.
All right, and on an 11, because you pulled it towards you, Suvis, it is going to take a swipe at you.
Yeah, I wasn't thinking that all the way through, but it's okay.
Does a 15 hit you?
Make it over that. No, it does not.
Okay. So its claws rake towards you, and you feel the cold, but yet nothing connects. You just feel that cold. However, as it takes a swipe at you, and all this action is going on, the lightning's crackling, these Eldritch Blasts are hitting, the stones rocking its way, it's shattering, like clattering against the wall, against the far side. You hear a rumbling, and as you hear a rumbling, let's see, down there, so it's 5, 10, 15, that's 10 feet. So Lucas, Suvis, and Red, I need you guys to make me dexterity saving throws, please.
Okay.
As you hear this rumbling from above.
Oh, no.
24.
17 enough? Oh, good.
17, 24, Suvis.
A 12.
Okay, so you failed, Suvis. The other
Yeah.
two will take half damage, but Suvis, you're going to take full damage.
Okay.
As a bunch of debris falls from the ceiling above.
Okay.
5 points for Red and that's bludgeoning for Red and Luca, and 10 points for Suvis.
Okay.
As all this debris just falls in dust everywhere. It falls right through this thing. And that takes us now to Luca.
All right. Let's see. What versus? Yeah, I'm gonna stick with Eldritch Blast. And can I move like 5 feet down away from it without taking an opportunity attack, or am I too close
If you
to
move
it?
out of its attack range, you will take an attack of opportunity.
That's what I'm trying. I couldn't tell if I was in its attack range. Okay,
you
then I will stay there, but I can still shoot Eldritch Blast because I'm still more than 5 feet away, right?
Yep. You are 5 feet away. You're exactly 5 feet.
Okay.
You're within reach.
The first one is a 22 to hit.
That hits.
The second one is a 12 to hit.
And that misses.
So the first one hits. Where did that hit? So that's 7 points of damage.
Okay.
And that would be my action. Okay, then I'm my turn. Yeah.
Okay, that's the end of your turn. So now we are at the top of the round. We're at Red.
Okay, let me try this whole running and slicing and shooting thing again. I'll run at the back from it. I'm trying to use my short sword. That's better. 25 to hit.
It hits.
All right, so it takes 5 piercing, and I'm going to add sneak attack. 5 piercing.
Is that a magical short sword?
No.
Okay.
It's 5 piercing or whatever it is, and then 7 sneak attack damage. And I will bonus action hand crossbow. Does a 19 hit?
Yep.
For an extra 8 piercing. So whatever that is.
Okay, so you actually only did 6 damage from the first and 4 from the second, but that is just enough as it dissipates.
Oh, she was just crying too much. I'm sorry. Oh.
Gavin not like ghosts.
No.
Undead are usually pains anyway. And I think that ceiling was very unstabilized. We need to be careful. That hurt more than I would have
This place needs like beware of falling rock signs.
Yes, that's an understatement.
Okay, so now that this thing is gone, what else are you looking at in the room, or what else are you doing? I mean, the throne is still there. All the different piles of debris and rubble are still there. The tattered banners are on the walls.
Luca would say, Red, that thing came up when you were clearing rubble on the throne. Is there anything there on the throne?
I didn't see anything. I found a bunch of rocks.
Look, Luca?
Yeah,
maybe somebody else should take a look because I didn't look very well.
Okay.
Hey,
Should go
Luca,
up
make me
carefully
a perception check.
and look where we saw it come up at.
Yeah.
A what
Make
check?
me a perception check. Perception.
Perception? Oh, I rolled a net 20.
Nice.
Okay.
That's 28.
As you're kind of looking around, you kind of notice with the corner of your eye that the one armrest, the right armrest, seems to be a little bit off. And as you move over and move it, it kind of turns upwards. And underneath it, there's a hidden lever underneath.
Grog, pull
There's
the
a lever here, guys. Did we pull this?
I mean,
Let me back up first.
Yeah.
Should we stand at the edge of the room, in the middle of the room, or what? Definitely not in front of the throne. She would
Corner.
not pull it from in front of the throne.
Actually, Gabba will walk straight up and stand next to Luca and just watch.
So wait a minute now. Yeah, no, I don't have.
Yeah, I think Suvis will like back up to the back right corner.
Supus, you don't have a mage hand thingy like wizards do that can
No, I do not.
Do
The closest
it.
thing I have is a lightning lure.
Well, I guess she would grab
I mean,
Gabba and move her along to the side of the throne and reach on that the armrest is loose on it and reach over and pull the lever that way so that no one's standing directly in front.
Okay. And you
Can
pull the lever.
Can I move off to the upper right corner of that? Yep, right there.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. And you pull the lever. Nothing happens.
Oh. That was anticlimactic.
Subis,
Red.
Subis, while you're in that corner, make me a perception check, please.
okay.
Did we hear a rumbling or anything?
Nope.
A 9.
Yeah, it's when you came over, you're walking across the rubble, so something sounded funny. You're not sure 100%. Just it sounded different than walking across stone.
Hey, fellows. Something sounds weird here.
Okay.
Come here.
Kind of weird.
Luca
I
would
don't know. Just check it.
walk down
right.
along the opposite wall from Subis. And then go toward her.
Gabba
Peek
will
down that
actually.
hallway. Peek down the hallway when she reaches it. Does she see anything from there?
Yeah, it's quarter. Hallway.
Okay. And then she would
Hallway
slowly
goes
move.
East, hallway goes east-west.
Slowly move up a little bit into the corner next to her. One up.
Okay, Gabba, you were saying you were doing something?
Oh, sorry. She's just going to stand on the throne to see if she can get like a vantage point.
Okay, you're looking across. Red?
I'll come down beside Luca and see if I can hear anything. No, beside like right there. And see if I can hear anything.
This corner is getting crowded.
What?
We're a
Do we hear
family.
anything?
We're supposed to live here.
Do we perception roll or just do we hear anything?
Well, what do you keep in mind what Suva said? She walked across the rubble where she's standing and said it didn't sound right. She's not talking about down the hallway. She's talking about where she's standing.
Yep.
Oh. We pulled the lever, but nothing happened. But if you think it doesn't sound right, maybe there's some sort of shifting
Yeah, I'm checking
door
for what you read. You should be looking down the hall, listening down.
or an
Gabba will try
opening
to
or a trap
unpull it and
door.
pull it again.
You're going to try to pull it. Well, it's already one, so you're going to try and you're going to push it back and then pull it again.
Yeah.
As soon as it's through a trap door, I'm going mad. I'm joking.
You just pushed it back and pulled it again. That's all.
Yep.
You don't hear anything. Nothing else happens. Red, make me a perception roll
Okay.
if you're listening out the hallway.
Man.
You're
How about an
missing.
18? 18.
It sounds like
Yes.
kind of like the scurrying of vermin.
I
Somewhere
think
down the
there's rats in the building. Somebody has not had an exterminator in for a while. It's like
Yeah,
noise.
probably true.
Suvis and Luca, you guys are in that corner.
I think Sufus will kind of like shift a little bit and try to move things around in that area. Is there tapestries here, or is it just like rubble that I heard that sounded
No, the
weird?
tapestries are on the wall that you were originally looking at. They're just the
Yeah.
tapestries, but you originally were looking at the walls, not the tapestries. But now that you're looking down at the rubble and the debris, make me an investigation check.
Okay. Nat 20.
Yeah, moving the debris around with a few minutes, you end up uncovering an old rusted longsword and a small leather pouch.
Who's good at keeping track of loot?
Not me.
I'm keeping notes, so I'll keep track of it.
Thank you, Luca.
So a rusted longsword.
Yes.
Okay.
And there's a small leather pouch that has 15 silver pieces in it.
Well, we already got something from this place. And we just started. Maybe we'll find something better. I think after that, she'll kind of go back to looking at the tapestries.
Okay.
Okay, so you're looking now at the tapestries. Make me a history check.
Okay.
Can Gabba help with that history check? Because she's trying to remember if she knows anything from her time at the tower about this place.
And that gives me an advantage, right?
Yes.
That did not help. I got a 13 and then a 5, and I got to do the add-on to the. It was a history, you said?
Enough.
Oh, okay. Well, I was going to get.
Enough. Yeah,
it's a 16 altogether.
Help. And it takes a while because they're pretty faded.
Yeah.
Torn. I don't really see much, but these belong to the Knights of Blackthorn. This is an order that actually vanished hundreds of years ago. That's all you really know about them. You're not sure whether you can get up. Like, it would be a little difficult to get up there and get one down because they're pretty high up. And even if you could, you're not sure whether they would survive.
Yeah, they probably would crumble. But yeah, I think she'll tell everybody that we'll keep an eye out. We might find some other things related to this order, maybe learn a little bit about them.
Ooh. Out of curiosity, how far away is Blackthorn Keep from the village of Grimholt?
Let me pull up the map.
I mean, is it something like the town can walk to in half a day, or is it like it takes days?
Absolutely not.
Okay, that answers that question.
I think it took us a few days when we left Grimholt.
Yeah, I should actually clear that up because I know I was kind of vague in the very beginning, the distance wise. So when you guys left Mistwood, you traveled 200 miles north to the town of Gilded Hollow. So 200 miles is the equivalent of 8 days of travel.
Oh, okay.
Okay. And then from then you went westward 500 miles to the town of Grimholt. So, and again, that's 20 days there. And then from Grimholt to here is another about 150 miles. So yeah, it's quite the travel.
Yeah.
Good to know.
6 days.
Yeah. Between where the border of the Middlelands are and the border of Alsathia, there's actually about 100-mile buffer zone type of thing in there, which again, it's always contested. There's always stuff going on in battles and whatnot. So that's something to keep in mind in the future as you do so. So where you are right now, you are at the doorway. Gabby, you're still back at the throne. You haven't seen anything other than what they've done at this point. Are you joining your comrades?
Yeah, I think at this point she'll hop down and walk up next to Red and kind of actually walk past Red into the hallway.
Okay, she'll just kind of no.
Yeah,
Excuse
exactly.
Me, I'm walk past. So you walk into the hallway. Now I do have to see.
I wish I could be that carefree like the little goblin, but that's not something I can do.
Okay, so let me know which direction. Who's following behind Gavin?
I was gonna actually follow into the hallway as well.
Yeah.
Are you gonna? Do you want to follow behind them, or do you want to pass them up?
I'll go to the left of Gabba.
Right here. Okay.
I'm
Luca?
going to check for any traps or any loose tiles on the floor as I'm going. Just constantly looking down, making sure that I'm not stepping on anything wrong because I'm a rogue.
We're going to get to that in a second. So, Luca, where are you going to stand? Are you
Luca
going into the
would
doorway? Or are you going to
go into the doorway, look down both ways, peering around. Which way should we
Well,
go?
you see a door down here. You see a door.
Mhm.
You see a door. Looks like there's a door here. And there's an open archway leading into some kind of a room down here at the end. So that is what you are seeing.
She would notice
Subis.
that Red is looking around for possible trouble. Say yes, good idea, and watch that door opposite that nothing comes out.
Suvis?
I'm not going to pass anyone up. And honestly, I think she's going to, since she's waiting for them to kind of move forward, right? While she's waiting, I think she'll kind of examine the door that Luca's in, kind of like suspicious on whether it would close after we all get past it.
Yeah, where Luca is standing is like an open archway. There's no remnants of a door, even. It's just like there's an open arch here passed into the hallway.
Good.
So you are going to be just to figure, like, Red, you're going to be looking for. Move this up a little bit here. You're going to be looking for more like traps as you go. Now, the way we do that, to be specific and look for a specific trap, it takes like 10 minutes.
Yeah, sure.
Per search. However, what is your passive perception?
Yeah, I'm not necessarily like looking for traps. I'm just kind of paying attention to what I step on rather than like investigate everything. Like you said, I mean, it takes time. My passive is 12.
Passive?
Not awesome.
Luca has an 18 passive perception, by the way.
Yeah, but this has got to be specific for a rogue that's trained in finding and removing traps.
That's fair.
I see. Yeah. Okay.
It's not awesome, but yeah, you know.
Let me see here. So that.
I'd be curious if Red was immune to poison.
You a efficiency bonus on top of your passive perception.
Nice.
So that'll bring you to should bring you to like 14 or 15 at least.
No, not me.
Kind of makes sense to me. I think you got a +3 proficiency bonus. If I remember correctly.
Oh, yes, Luca?
No, Red.
No, I just have a 12. I'm not technically a one of your Gearforged. I'm the auto gnome, so.
No, but you're a rogue, correct?
Yes.
Rogues have find and remove traps.
I don't have that in my thing anywhere.
I'm pretty sure all rogues can find and remove a trap.
I mean, I can disarm a trap if I find it, but
yeah, that's the same type of thing. So that's why I'm going to give you your proficiency bonus.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah,
I see. Okay.
So
basically,
you're going to be able to avoid any unstable stonework because you're going to notice it. with your passive perception because you are being very, very observant.
Yeah, sure.
However, you're going to have to make me a roll, and we're going to do it. I'm going to do it for every 5 squares.
Okay, cool.
Okay, and right now
Yeah.
you've got 2 squares in this hallway that are currently occupied that have not been triggered.
Okay.
So we're going to do because we're going to have you move first, Red, because you are checking for the traps.
Yeah, sure.
You can make me an investigation roll, and yes, you do get to add your proficiency modifier as well.
That's good, at least. Because I'm not great at those. Oh, come on, be honest. Stop being something or other.
Just out of curiosity, if you already had proficiency in investigation skill, would you still be adding proficiency modifier since that's already done? Would that be considered?
If you're it's because it's different for having a proficiency in it. He's doing it because he's using a rogue skill.
Okay.
So I would add 3 to the score.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's a dirty 20.
Dirty 20?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You examine this hallway as you're going, and I'm assuming this is the direction you were originally heading in.
Yeah.
There is a trap right in front of you. Right here.
Oh, awesome. Hey guys, don't wait. Okay. So what kind of a trap is it?
It's a pit trap.
Wow. So I'm gonna back up 5 feet. Oh no, because I wouldn't know that. No, you know what? I'll just to try to disarm it.
Okay.
You tell us that you're doing that, right?
Yeah. I'll mention that there's a trap here. Sorry, I was thinking of it's fine.
Okay. As you're disarming, because the disarming it is going to take like this moving ahead that five squares took 10 minutes, and the disarming will be part of that.
That's fair. Yeah.
Gabba, what are you doing behind him? Are you following behind? Are you looking the other direction?
Again, she's going to walk up to him and just observe. She doesn't know what's going on.
Okay, so you observe him down on the floor, looking to kind of lift up on a stone, and there looks like there's a spring underneath it, and he's trying to remove the tension from the spring. Luca, what are you doing?
If he said there's a trap in there, I would probably just stay there until Suvis, we better wait.
Stay in the doorway?
He's trying to disarm a trap. Doesn't make it. Then
yeah, well, he is 5, 10, 15, 20 feet ahead of you.
All right. Well, I guess I will move. I'll move down into the hallway to there. Yeah.
Just into the hallway, Suvis?
No, to there so Suvis can come out if she wants. To where you had me.
So you want to move it.
Yeah.
Suvis, you coming out in the hall?
Oh, God.
Tentatively, yes.
Okay, so you're kind of
like right there. Yeah, she doesn't trust things.
That's fair.
Shit. It's like if I'm partway in the doorway, if something comes down the hallway, I can duck. That's what she's thinking.
That's what I was thinking too.
Exactly. Okay, so what did you roll, Red?
For sleight of hand check?
Yeah.
16.
Okay. You did disarm the trap. Yeah. So
it's safe now. There was a dangerous spot here, but it's okay now. We can walk on it. And then I'll do a little dance on top of it.
Okay, so you're standing on it. There's an open archway. There's a room there. Do that. Are you moving into the archway, or are you just gonna?
Yeah, carefully.
Okay. Is everybody following behind?
Yes.
I'm good with that.
Okay, the room. You haven't really stepped in yet. The door obviously is on the eastern wall of a looks like a 20 by 20 room. It looks to be a long abandoned barracks room.
Okay.
The air is like thick with dust in there. You can smell mildew and mold. There's decayed wooden bunks lining the walls. Their frames warped and brittle. Looks like rotting footlockers splintered in heaps at the end of each bunk. Contents, you really can't tell if there's anything there. It's just a lot of dust and rubble and debris and broken wood. Again, there's no light in here unless someone says they're lighting a torch or otherwise. It's just your dark vision is all you have. It just looks like a lot of crumbling remains of a life that was once lived in this particular room. There is a portion of the southern wall down here, that has collapsed inwards, a jagged rubble forming a precarious heap in the middle. You do hear faint scuttling noises from over in that corner, or over in that side of the room, Red. And it's similar to the sound you heard when you were when you were in the doorway before.
Yeah, sure.
It's kind of unsettling that there's something still living down in here. And the temperature is noticeably cooler now that you are underground, obviously. And the room itself just seems to have been forgotten. It's just a lot of debris and dust and the rubble, and then whatever's living underneath that rubble. And maybe there's a crack in the wall or something. You don't know. So what are you guys doing?
I will step one space into the room and then move one space up to allow everyone to get in if they would like to.
So you're up and up.
Yeah.
Gabba?
Yep, heading right in.
Right in? How far?
One more.
One more?
Right there.
Luca? You going in, Luca, there? Did we lose Luca?
I don't know, maybe.
Nope.
No. Luca, you still there?
Luca?
Okay, we'll keep Luca in the hallway then until we hear otherwise. Subis.
I think I'll just stay like right behind Gabba. So like one in right there.
Right there. Okay. So you are all now in the room. This is what you see in here. There's, as I said, in the room you've got the rotting bunks and the lockers. You've got the collapsed wall. What are you guys doing?
Trying to see if I have dark vision.
Can I inspect some of the footlockers?
Yeah, by all means. Roll me. You choose perception or investigation.
Better with perception, but not by much.
I give you different results, is all I'm saying.
I tell you, I can fight things, but I sure can't see things. I rolled a 5.
Okay, you don't notice anything.
Nope.
So at this point, Red is actually examining these bunks and footlockers on this particular wall. Anybody else doing anything?
Gabba's interested.
Let me try to see where Luke is. Here we go.
Yeah, there you go.
Luke is back. Luke, are you coming in the room?
Now we
Yes.
can hear you.
I guess when it kicks me out, that I end up backstage and he has to let me back in.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do. And sometimes I don't notice you popping back in all the time, so I apologize.
Yeah, I don't know why it pops me out sometimes like that.
Okay, so Red was just looking at the beds in the footlockers area. Didn't notice anything. Gabba, are you looking at anything in particular?
She's probably going to go to where the squeaking was happening, and she'll be like, talk to Gabba. Anyone here? And would speak to animals, just kind of call out in general in case anything responds.
Okay.
Gabba, do you talk to everything? Complains that Gabba, do you talk to everything? You're too friendly.
What are you doing as he's doing that?
Honestly, just kind of being prepped in case whatever he's talking to might be aggressive.
It's rats.
Otherwise, I don't know what else she would do, really. I'm not sure what would be helpful, honestly. So I think she's just kind of being on guard in case something else tries to attack them.
You're being on guard. And Luca, are you going to do anything while Gabba's over there talking to the rubble?
I'll head down there a little bit behind her and to the wall and kind of investigate around that wall, along that wall.
Here?
No, bottom wall.
No, by Suvis, under Suvis.
Yeah,
right
down one. Yeah, walk along that
So
wall.
it's all along where all the rubble is on that wall. Okay, not a problem. So you are crouched down a little bit, Gavin, kind of looking into the rubble or trying to see in there. It looks like there's like a hole in the wall on the other side of the rubble. It's like the pile of rubble is quite extensive. It's bigger than you are, taller than you are, as you're doing it. So you can make me an investigation check.
Big hole.
Okay, investigation. That's a -1. Oh, goodness.
Oh, no.
And that is a 3. So that's a 2.
Yeah, you definitely don't notice anything other than the fact there's just a lot of rocks piled in front of what looks like a hole in the wall.
We are super.
And some kind of scuttling noise on the other side. And you don't get any response back to your speak with animals.
And Luca moving forward to the side of that, what does she see?
Oh, you can make me an investigation check on the rubble as well.
That is a lovely 7. We're not doing very good at investigating.
Yeah, you don't notice anything other than a bunch of rocks, but there does appear to be a hole in the wall behind it.
Okay. There's a hole there, she says to Gamma.
Put your hand in it.
I don't think so.
You can use a strength check to remove the rubble, but I mean that's a separate spot. Red.
Do you think you could see better if we actually lit up a torch?
Ooh.
I'm sorry, Suvis. I didn't ask if you could see well enough or not. Sure, if you need to. Or I could cast
thought
light
it might be
for
useful.
you. I could cast a light spell. Do you want me to cast a light spell?
That might be a good idea so that we can see what we're looking at. I mean, yes, I know some of you have dark vision, but the light does reveal things that dark vision does not. Am I not correct?
Do you have something that I could cast the light on that you are going to hold out?
I have a torch.
Yeah, but you don't have it out and lit, right?
No, I'm just saying, like, she doesn't really carry anything out on her except for like stuff for her spells. But yeah.
You don't have like any objects that I can cast it on.
She'll hold out her arcane focus.
Okay, so Luca will use her light cantrip and cast light on it.
Okay.
On the torch.
Okay. So it does light up, and it lights up the room. The room is only 20 by 20. You definitely see the rubble and the piles of rubble and the bunks and everything else. As the room lights up, however, Red, you can make me another investigation or perception, depending again on what you choose to do.
Wow. Guys, I don't know what's going on with my rolls tonight. 4.
Okay, you've still noticed nothing about the footlockers. Yeah, but now that it's lit, you can make me another investigation check, and Luca, you as well, at the rocks.
What is with these rolls tonight? Holy cow.
That turns it into 12.
I also got a 12.
2 12s.
Both notice nothing. Suvis, what are you doing?
Can I tell that these guys are having issues? Can I try to help them?
No, they seem to be looking around like still looking for something. So, are you going towards Red to look at the bed and the?
I'll start with Red and them because I don't know if I want to find what's under the rubble.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're going over where red is. And looking
I'm pulling
at
out
him.
physical dice.
You can make me an investigation check where investigation or perception to this where red
Okay.
is.
This is crazy.
Guess nothing here. Time to go.
Just a hole.
Just
Just to dig the rubble out if we want to see how big the hole is.
You do hear something on the other side.
We heard something on the other side of this, where this
Hmm.
hole in the wall is. Probably
Hey,
just rats or
15.
mice.
17?
Is that what Luca is saying?
15.
Is that a
Yes.
okay?
That
is
was
that a perception or
investigation.
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 The investigation is you're kind of looking around these footlockers and everything else. You find an iron box actually underneath one corner of what's left of a bunk bed. In the iron box is 10 gold pieces and a Blackthorn insignia.
Wow, you're good at looking for stuff.
Apparently, I am.
So being as Luke is taking notes, it's a small iron box with 10 gold pieces and a Blackthorn insignia, which has got a historical value of about 25 gold pieces for collectors.
Ooh,
That's cool.
we rich.
Okay.
So Gabba would respond to Lucas like, "Fine," and she'll start moving the rubble from the hole.
Okay, make me a strength check or an athletics check. Sorry.
I'll let you do that. That's not my thing.
All right, are you guys going to be good to me? Oh, good enough. The 19.
Not that bad, actually.
A 19. You start moving like big rocks and stones away. And as you do, you get about 5 or 6 big stones away. It starts to kind of open up the opening a little bit. And it's big enough for you to crawl in for sure. But before you can even think about it, you get 2 of these crawling out.
You open up the hole and 2
Twisted,
things come out.
pale-skinned ghouls scramble from the rubble, jaws wide with hunger. As they now that the rocks have been moved, they kind of scurry out from this hole and out into the room. And at that point, it is initiative right off the bat.
Ooh,
they're hungry.
Come on, physical dice. Don't fail me now.
Gabba, make new friends.
I don't think those are friends. Gabba, quit trying to make friends. It doesn't work that way.
Gabba makes the discovery.
Gabba
makes the discovery and gets an initiative of 6.
Well, yeah, but you make friends.
Luca.
22.
Nice. Suvis.
18.
Nice. Red.
24.
Nice.
So Red, you're actually first, and you hear as you get Suvis joined you over there, and I think you were in the process of kind of moving down a little bit, but you definitely see Gabba kind of move away about 5 or 6 big rocks, exposing more of this hole, and all of a sudden scurrying out of this hole in the darkness in the wall are these 2 cave ghouls.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're nasty, skin hanging from them, jaws kind of wide.
That's gross. I'm going to use a bonus action to give us bonus action steady aim, which gives me advantage on my next attack roll on the current turn. I can use this bonus action if I haven't moved during the turn, and I cannot move after I use it. So I can't actually move on the turn, which is fine. So I get advantage on my attack roll, and I'm going to shoot a crossbow at it. Just to see if I get enough. Nope. Okay. 25 to hit.
That hits.
Okay, so let's do the damage first because I get sneak attack because I have advantage. 4, so 6 plus 4, so 10 piercing plus an extra 7 for the sneak attack. So 17 altogether. Physical dice are doing much better.
Nice. 10. All right. Excellent. So you definitely did some damage. All right. Anything else you're doing?
No, that's I can't do anything else.
All right. All right. So you definitely damaged this dude right here.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. Excellent. And then next up would be Luca.
Okay, Sacred Flame on that first one next to her. Make me a dex saving throw.
14.
Oh, good. He did not pass that. So he takes full radiant damage.
Nice.
You roll that.
You roll it.
I rolled a 5. Oh, God. 5 points of damage for that.
5 points?
Ouch.
Yep.
Okay.
Radiant.
Right. And is that it for you?
I think I'm going to. Yeah. No, I'll stay there.
Okay. And that brings us to Suvis.
She will use frostbite on the one next to Gabba. And you need to make a Constitution saving throw, DC 14.
Is that a range? Is that a touch spell? Is that a range
Range.
attack? Is that
60-foot range.
okay? And it's a Constitution.
Yes.
13.
Okay, so you failed. On a failed, it's a 1d6. Luckily, you landed my thing. There we go. Hey, I got 6.
Nice.
And that is 6 cold damage.
Okay, 6 cold damage.
And you have disadvantage on your next attack roll within this this round. This turn.
Okay. Perfect. And that brings us then to Gabba. Believe it or not, I rolled a 1 for my.
Oh wow.
Love it.
Wow. Okay, well, she's freaking out a little bit because all of a sudden these things pop up, arrows go flying, there's a sudden flame, frost is forming, it's just total chaos, and she's waving her arms, and she finally just brings her hands together and sends out a thunderous thunderclap. Both of them have to make a Constitution saving throw of 13.
First one saves, one right in front of you with a 21.
Wow.
And a 5 on the other one, so he failed.
Okay,
one by Luca failed, the other one saved.
Luca also failed her con check.
Well, you have to be within 5 feet of Gabba, and you're farther than that. So
Oh, good.
Luca should be
Okay.
safe. It doesn't say you take half damage if you succeed. So I think the one who fails will take a total of 7 thunder damage.
Nice.
And that's her action. That'll be her turn.
All right, and that's now on them. So this one here, that's looking pretty bad at this point. I am going to go and put the thing on here of plus 15. At this point, as it climbs 15 feet up this wall.
Oh dear.
Oh. Lovely. They can climb.
Yeah, they can. And the one that's in front of you, Gabba, it does take a slash at you.
Does Luca get a opportunity attack with it climbing up?
Yeah, actually, you do. Actually, thank you for doing that.
I did not say I had my dagger out or anything, so I do not.
Oh yeah, you don't get an opportunity attack with spellcasting. So
Can you just punch it?
True.
You can punch it if you want to.
No.
It's worth something.
1 point of
Hey,
damage
so
isn't worth
22
it.
to hit you, Gabba?
That's fair.
Say that again.
22 to hit.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Was that at disadvantage?
Ah,
Disadvantage?
yeah, because she
Frosted it.
fell.
At 21.
Well,
I tried.
Yep.
21 doesn't.
So that's 8 points of slashing damage, and I need you to make a Constitution saving throw, please.
Constitution. I'm gonna give you a chance. Saving throws. Oh, that is a 25.
Nice.
Okay, you are not paralyzed.
Whoa.
Good.
I'm glad.
All right,
Yay.
top of the round, Red.
Oh, Jesus.
They're ghouls, dude.
I'm going to bonus action steady aim again. So I've got advantage on the one that's climbed up the ceiling like a complete freak.
Yeah, I'm worried it's going to come to us.
God. Actually, that's not bad. Does an 18 hit?
Yes, it does.
Okay, good.
And it doesn't matter what damage you do, it drops to the ground.
Okay, cool. All right.
Yay!
Okay. Whoosh. No climbing wall. That's just creepy. Okay. And that's all I can do because I can't move.
Good job, Red
Right,
Fiddle.
and that takes us to Luca.
Okay. Seeing that she missed the opportunity there, she does unsheath her dagger in her right hand, and with her left hand continues with her focus on her that she has pinned on her chest there. Holding
Good
the
idea.
focus, she throws a Eldritch Blast at him.
Okay.
Two rays. 1, 2. So the first one is a 14. Does that hit him?
Hits.
Nice.
All right. So that is what did I say?
Eldritch Blast.
4. Is 5 damage.
Okay.
And the
Still up.
second one is a 15.
Nice.
That hits.
And that is 10 damage.
Okay, and that's still up, still again. Okay, and
Okay.
that takes us to Fulvis.
I am going to freeze you if I can help it, and she'll do frostbite again. Trying to protect Gabba just because she's the only one that's like against it, right? So if she tries to do frostbite again to see if she can disadvantage it again. So that is a con save again against 14.
Its con save is a 20.
Oh, he beats it that time. It doesn't do anything then.
Okay.
This thing
And
does
that
not
takes us
like to freeze.
Gabba. Gabba, you're up.
All right. Well, in a panic, she's gonna take her sword and do a wild swing at it. That's going to be her scimitar. Let's roll for that. That is 15 plus 8, so 23.
That hits.
And that will be 7 slashing.
Okay, it's still up.
And then bonus action, she's going to swing her other hand around, and at disadvantage because she's in melee, she's going to throw a magic stone in its face.
Okay.
So disadvantage. 8 plus 13.
Just hits.
Oh.
Owl.
You 1d6 plus 2. 7 7 bludgeoning.
7 bludgeoning. It.
You hit it in the
Is-
eye.
Yes, you hit it in the eye and kill it.
Oh,
It crumbles to
it.
the ground in a heap of rotten flesh.
Poke you with a deadly stone.
So you guys are now
Luca goes
in this
over and
room.
looks,
You've got a torch lit. It's
What'd you do
20
to that
feet by 20
stone?
feet. You clear away some of the rubble. There are 2 dead cave ghouls here. The space in behind is just a small crack where it looks like they were trapped when some of the wall came down and blocked their exit. So they had just been held in that little crack in the wall. And couldn't get out until you cleared the stone for them and allowed them passage out. That's all you see in the room at this point.
Is there any useful like things that we can get from the ghouls, like components or anything like that, or are they not useful for anything like that?
They're pretty like dead.
Yeah,
rotten.
yeah, I kind of figured.
Where were the dead cave wolves?
I'm sorry?
Over here. Over here.
They're over
2
here?
ghouls are
Okay.
over here.
Ghouls. Oh, I thought you said wolves.
Oh.
No,
No,
ghouls.
no.
There's
Ghouls.
something else I
The ghouls,
missed.
yeah.
They identified as wolves.
Is there any reason why they were in this hole or anything, or is it just they just happened to be there?
Trap.
Like, can we
They
see
just
anything of
happen
like
to
why
have
they're
been in
there?
there or
Okay.
perhaps investigating an area and then part of the wall came down on top of them.
Okay.
Someone might have shoved them in there. It's hard to tell. They might have even died in there for all you know.
Yeah, that's true. All right.
Can I give the footlockers a good once over once more just before I leave?
Yep.
Because I'm paranoid like that.
If you find something
you
else
search
undead, I'm
everything,
going to wonder.
like, pretty thoroughly now at this point. You've got more time. You're more comfortable that everything's been removed from this room that could be a problem. And you don't find anything else other than what Suvis had already walked away with.
That's fair.
In room 1, we didn't pick up that old rusted longsword, did we?
Oh, yes, actually I did.
I think you did. Yeah.
Just in case it's useful. You never know, there might be a reason for it, but I'm just holding on to it for now.
Okay.
So what are you guys doing at this point?
Gavin's like
You, my
slowly
dear.
backing away out of the room. She's done with this one.
Are you good there, Gabba?
Gavin fine. Gavin fine.
Mm-hmm.
So you get back out. I'm going to just say you're back out to the other door because that's where
Yep,
you'll have
that's
the
fine.
choice to make.
Yeah.
Who's going behind Gabba?
Luca will.
Yeah, I was gonna say you've got a fairly high perception. That's in perception, so
going
I'll go
next?
behind Luca.
Yep, I'll be in the back.
Okay, so
Bring
just so we know where we're at on the timeline, you guys will probably have time to do one more room.
Okay.
Out of this crawl. So the choice. Let me bring up the screen here. Just
Do we
so
choose
I can
door
see.
number 2 or door number 3?
I think
Yeah.
we should do
It's
the door
basically
below Gabba.
this door here
Yeah,
or
me
this
too.
door down at the far end.
The one below Gabba is what I vote for.
Yep. That way we
down
don't have to
for
worry
what?
about anything coming from behind us.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
nothing
clever.
behind you. You know that. I mean, you just
Exactly. If we keep being meticulous like that, we won't have to worry about things surrounding us, hopefully.
I like that.
So I agree with going under Gabba.
Yeah, go down.
What are you doing?
So should we have Red check out this door?
Yeah, Gabbo was like, she doesn't know if
yeah.
this is one of those trap things.
Okay. I can squeeze by Luca probably. I'm fairly small. I'll check out the door.
As you're looking at it, Red, you're looking at the door. It could be trapped. I'm not saying it's not. It is or it isn't. But what it looks like as you're examining this door, this is a heavy door, and it looks like it's got a heavy locking mechanism on it, but it's not locked. It looks like it's recently been unlocked.
Recently.
Say that again.
It looks like it's
Oh,
been recently unlocked.
Oh.
the lever. Do you think the lever might have done it?
The what now?
The lever on the throne.
Oh.
Maybe.
That's very clever.
Gabba, why don't you go pull the lever again? We'll see if it changes the door.
Gabba goes unpush
So
the
you
lever.
run back in the room, Ron.
Yep.
Pull the lever. As you pull the lever, you don't hear anything, Gabba, on the throne. But Red, you're sitting there and you watch this heavy mechanism go lock.
It's locked. Pull the lever.
So you
Pulling the
hear
lever.
that. It echoes through the chambers. You pull the lever and it unlocks.
Okay, it's
Come
unlocked now.
Comes back.
So yes,
Okay.
that lever did it.
Huh.
It is a wooden door, but it's like this heavy lock mechanism that's on it.
Why would somebody want a lever under a chair to lock a door in a different room?
Well, if it's a throne, maybe their personal pet.
Oh. Hey,
That made those scratches.
does someone else want to open this door?
Not me.
Gabba open.
Okay.
So, Gabby, you're going to open it?
Yeah.
Okay, so Gabby, you open it, and the room here that you're opening. I don't know, let's double check to see where that shows up on your screen. Yeah, that's making sure you guys can all see that.
Yeah.
Okay. The heavy wooden door groans as you push it open, revealing a room that once housed the weapons and armor of Blackthorn's defenders.
Ooh.
Oh, that's
Now
cool.
it stands as little more than a graveyard of rusted steel and splintered
Yeah.
wood.
We lost
Broken
Luca again.
weapon racks line the walls, their contents reduced to useless scrap. Dust coats every surface, disturbed only by faint trails in the grime, suggesting something or someone has passed through at some point. At the far end of the room is a single pedestal that remains intact. It's bathed in a dim glow of a magical light that flickers and pulses. Resting on top is a longsword, pristine and untouched by time. The air around the pedestal or in this room feels heavy, as though the room itself is holding its breath. What are you doing?
We dropped Luca again.
Oh, let me just double check where she is. And she's back. There we go.
Okay, cool.
Sorry. Gotcha.
Sorry.
No,
All right.
sorry.
It happens. Shite happens, man. Shite happens. So what are you looking at? There's these weapon racks that are all like, again, most of it looks useless. There's the pedestal and the sword on the far wall, and it looks like on the one side, over in the right hand corner, I guess it would be over here. It looks like there's a locked chest, or a heavy iron chest.
Gabba, do you tell us this since we're kind of in the hallway still?
Oh, well, she goes in so that y'all can see for yourselves.
Okay.
Right. She goes right in. Brad, you going next, I'm assuming.
So
right
this
here.
looked like an armory room.
So it looks like.
Yeah.
So
Red, you
the
might want
racks
to
are
check.
everywhere. Okay, just so you guys know, the weapon racks are pretty much everywhere.
Okay.
Yeah.
There is a locked, or there was a big heavy iron chest here with a lock on it, and there's a pedestal right here.
Red, you might want to check both the pedestal and the chest to see if there's any traps. Because if that sword isn't touched by time like all these other swords and weapons, they probably have protection on it.
I was gonna say, yeah, Red will make a beeline for that chest as soon as he sees it. Let's get to work. And he'll start trying to pick the lock on this chest with his
Yep. Make your check.
Which kind of check do you need?
You can do a sleight of hand.
Yeah, I'm good at that. Dirty 20.
Yep. Click. It opens. Pretty well. A little hard to get it. Like you unlock it, but it was hard to get open because it's just kind of rusted and whatnot. But you do get it off.
Cool.
And the chest. Are you opening it, or are you just kind of like?
Can I check the sides to make sure there's any hidden wires? Yeah, please.
Yep.
I don't trust this.
Investigation roll.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I don't trust random chests. I'm gonna roll my D4. I only got one more of it, but I only got a 7, so I want to make sure that that's good. 10 for investigation.
Doesn't look like it's trapped.
And I'll flip it up.
All right. You can flip it up, and inside there is 25 gold pieces. There's a bundle of ancient maps.
Ooh.
And a silver dagger.
I very quickly yoink. That silver dagger is coming home to Papa.
If you are trying to yank it for no one else to notice it, make me a sleight of hand.
No. I'm letting everybody else know that I'm just daggers are red thing.
Dibs! Yeah, you're basically like dibs.
The fact that it's silver,
yeah. That is actually really helpful, especially for
money.
Well, especially good for someone that doesn't have a spell casting because it helps with resistances and stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Especially
it makes sense for you.
That's a very handy item for red.
Luke is fine with that. She already has a couple of magical daggers, so she's good.
Yeah,
okay,
it totally makes sense.
Who's looking at the weapon racks and who's checking out the pedestal?
Luke will check out the pedestal.
I'll check out the weapon racks.
Yeah, Gabba will help with the weapon rack. She's looking mostly for like a big hammer to grab and carry.
Okay. You guys looking at the weapon racks, once we're stocked with all kinds of armaments. Swords, war hammers, no bows here. This seems just more like along the lines of swords and daggers and whatnot. Mm-hmm. There's some shield racks and such here. But everything is pretty well rusted beyond use. You do notice that at some point these racks have been recently disturbed, but not. When I say recently, I mean within 20 years or so.
Yeah.
So obviously there's been probably grave robbers through here at some point by the looks of it. But everything here is on the racks is not usable.
Plus, those hobgoblins were using it as a base, so they could have explored some down here.
Yeah, they could have been down here taking bits and pieces of whatever. So you are at the pedestal and the sword. The most striking feature of the room, obviously, is this blackened steel longsword with intricate silver engraving on it. It just lies upon the stone, surrounded by these faint glowing ruins on the actual pedestal. What are you doing?
The longsword's laying on the pedestal?
Yeah.
Be careful. I mean, if someone else has been here with grave robbing and things like that and didn't take this, there might be a reason.
Yeah.
I agree. At least check it first to make sure.
Mm-hmm.
Does anyone have detect magic?
Okay. And Gabba will kind of like draw within herself and pull and draw upon her training, and she will activate detect magic.
That's amazing.
You need to teach me that.
Your detect magic goes off, and you detect that the ruins are magical, and the sword is magical.
Shoot, that's what it's magic is magic.
Cool.
Wonder what those runes mean.
It doesn't feel like bad magic, does it? It's just arcane, regular arcane. Like the corruption, it's not like the corruption of Mistwood. It's
not like Ether Bloom corruption magic, but I mean, it could be good, it could be evil. It's hard to tell, but it's not like demonic.
Yeah, it's not.
Yeah,
Can we roll an insight check on the runes?
Insight check.
Hard to tell at this point. You can make me. You can make me an Arcana check on the runes.
That's what I was going to say.
Okay.
Is an Arcana check.
I can do that.
Can multiple people do that, or help either way? Whichever one would be better.
Help. I will allow either 2 people to roll, or someone can give the help action.
I'm
I have
busy
a
digging in the box.
+4 on Arcana. Does anybody have a better?
Let me look at my Arcana real quick.
I have a -1 to Arcana.
I have a +5 in Arcana.
Okay, then Luca will help you.
Okay.
Okay, so you get to roll it with
Come on,
advantage.
die.
Yeah, I promise I will be no help.
Thank you for the advantage. All right. Let's see here. 22
Nice.
Arcana.
The ruins themselves are a form of containment magic.
Oh dear.
It's all you can determine.
There's probably a reason they probably can't get it out of those ruins.
Or
I
whatever.
don't have any dispel.
I can't tell you.
Gaba, you wouldn't happen to be able to dispel it, would you?
Do you
Lucas
mention that it
speaks
is
up
a
and says-
containment kind of deal? Suvis?
It's up to Suvis.
Do I
Do
have
you mention that
containment?
it
No.
is a containment kind of thing?
The closest
do you
thing I
share
have
that
to that
information?
is absorb elements.
No,
yeah,
no,
I do.
but-
Yeah,
I
but
do
you-
share.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
The reason I mentioned that is because my thought is that, and I don't want to metagame, but until I know that, is
Mhm.
that maybe if you pick up the sword, it releases whatever is contained.
Yeah, either that or it may be
That's
containing
why
the
the
sword.
sword-
One of the two.
Yeah,
Lucas
maybe that's why the
mentioned
sword hasn't been
that-
touched.
That she was told that sometimes these things found that are ancient of magic have been cursed
Yeah,
and have some sort of entity built into them
That's
that affects the user. So careful not to touch it.
maybe that's why-
Right, I would agree. Well, the best way we could deal with it is if we are able to get it from the runes, is wrap it up and take it to someone to identify properly.
Okay.
Yeah,
Ooh,
you do that.
this is so hard.
Here.
It's a nice sword.
We could. Why
Anybody
do you
wanna
think
make me a
they
history
left
check on
this
the
here
sword?
hundreds of years ago?
A
Sure.
history check? Let's see. Here, who's
I'll make a
got
history check.
Yeah, I don't know. This, I'm not sure we should.
How is a 16? 16, does that do anything?
Yeah, 16 does it. You know, from what you've read and heard of the Knights of Blackthorn, this is a knight's sword.
Ooh, nice. What comes with that, though?
Well, normally that would be a good thing, but it is caught up. Who's brave enough to try and get this thing out of the runes?
Not it.
So Gaba will go over to one of the weapon racks to try to find just an unusable sword.
Yeah.
And then she'll walk up and she'll be like, "Trade?" And she's like,
You're doing a swap, like
He-
grabbing
she-
one and putting it down?
she's offering it before she does it. She's offering the
Offering
suggestion
a
to the
trade.
party.
Well,
Yeah.
you don't hear anything.
Awesome.
I mean, it's
Luca would
better
warn
than trying
again
to just do
not
it.
to touch the sword. You know,
Yes.
if they pick it up, they have to use like a cloth or something between them.
Yeah.
Sword.
Cloth,
How are you
anyone?
doing this?
Yes.
I probably
yeah.
got a piece of cloth I can lend you.
Yeah.
I'm sure all of us.
Okay,
A piece
so
of
Red
cloth,
picks
yeah.
the cloth and hands it to you, Gaba.
And she'll try to do a trade.
Supers
you
will
put
pick
the-
up
you
again.
put the cloth over the sword, then you reach out and grab the sword and do a swap. First and foremost,
I backed up, just saying that right now.
where are you?
Oh dear.
Where are you?
I'm in the back corner.
Back here?
Yep. Yep.
Anybody else move?
Luca
before I
would
do
have moved
anything?
back as well. Yes.
I think I'm still digging in the box if I'm being real.
Why are you moving back?
Okay.
Just in case.
What are you guys
Really?
doing? Oh,
Why is it doing that? So,
This way we can at least still be alive to take care of you.
oh, what's the
Okay,
big deal
so
about being alive?
just to be fair, that's 5, 10. So that's Red and Yaba.
Yep.
Must make me a DC or make me a dexterity saving throw, please.
I have advantage on that. I have advantage.
Dexterity save. 17.
Okay. You get pushed back 5 feet.
Hey.
Yaba, what did you roll?
I have advantage on those, and I went from a nat 1 to a nat 20.
Hey,
So you actually don't get pushed back, but you still are going to take half the damage. You guys take 5. So you take half the damage. 5 points of force damage.
Ow.
As this
Granted,
magical
yeah,
pulse
5.
goes, and it goes out from the sword. You have now the sword in your hand, and in its place, as you're there, as you're doing,
Oh dear.
There's the pedestal. The pedestal distorts into a toothy, dripping creature that lashes out with sticky pseudopods.
Mimics.
Yep.
I've never heard of pedestal mimic before.
Do you see what I typed? Like, dude, like 10 minutes ago?
Yeah.
Yeah, you literally just mentioned that. Yeah.
We're talking about mimics. We thought the chest was going to be a mimic.
Oh, no.
I was waiting for that.
Uh-huh. That's cool though. I like that there's a pedestal
Sorry,
one.
guys.
That's fun.
That's
All right. So we're gonna do initiatives here, and I know what
Yeah.
I rolled. And Gabba.
Oh, initiative. Hold on. Let me roll for that.
It's not bad.
Okay.
Oh, God, that's a nat 20. So that's 24.
Nice.
Wow.
Luca.
15.
Subis.
11.
Red.
14.
I'm just
Hey, top of the
slowly
round.
just getting worse and worse on my
Gabba,
initiative.
what are you doing?
Well, this just happens out of nowhere. She gets the pulse. She gets the backlash. She's really scared. She's really upset. It's like, that hurt. Gabba rage.
Oh.
And she grows. Her skin gets a little scaly, and she grows her tail that kind of whips back and forth. So her bonus action is she rages, and then her action is her tail lashes forward at the creature before her.
Okay.
That's a plus.
Oh, that's cool. So you're with the barbarian of the beast, I think it is, or something. Path of the
Yeah,
Beast?
that's what she started
That's
off with.
cool.
Unfortunately, that's a 12 to hit.
That hits.
I would say they have a low AC.
Oh,
Just hits.
No.
Beats it.
let me roll damage. 3.
I like mimics.
8 points of piercing.
Okay. 8 points of piercing.
And she's right before growling.
Yeah. Cool. That now takes us to Luca.
All right. So, well, I guess I'll do the usual Eldritch Blasts at it. First one's a dirty 20. Second one's a 23.
Will hit.
So, 13 points on the first one and 7 on the second.
So 20 points in total.
Yes.
Nice. And that's the end of your turn.
Yes.
Okay, Red, you're up.
Okay. I'm sorry, I'm pulling out dice. That's better. Okay. I will run behind. Do you use flanking rules?
Yep.
Sweet.
Good advantage.
All right. Okay, so I'll run in for a dagger attack with my new silver dagger. Let's see if I roll a natural. 22 to hit.
That hits.
So that is 7 slashing with the dagger, and I'll get sneak attack. Oh, very nice. Holy cow. And then an extra 12 damage. I rolled max damage on both dice. Yeah, it's really cool. And then I will use my bonus action to do a hand crossbow attack. 12. Ooh, natural 20. How do you do natural 20s?
So roll your
First
initial die
dice
and double it.
damage.
Okay, roll initial.
Just double the initial die.
So it's 1.
Yay.
1 plus 4. So is it the like a double the total damage?
Just
No.
double
the
the
die.
die. So you get 2 plus 4. 6.
So
Six.
5.
6.
6. Yeah, so 6 more on top of that.
Okay.
Not,
Very nice.
not bad at all.
And that's red. And now it takes us to Suvis.
She will cast Witch Bolt on it.
Nice.
Okay.
A beam of light, crackling blue energy lances towards the creature within range, forming a sustained arc of lightning between you and the target. Make a ranged spell attack, so I got to roll for that. 15 to hit.
That hits.
On a hit, it is 12, or 1d12 to hit. Which is 8 damage.
And it drops.
Sweet.
It's gone. It falls and crumbles to the ground in a fleshy pile of sticky goo.
And I'm guessing there's nothing useful from this thing either, correct?
No.
That didn't make sense.
Not usually. I mean, some people, again, some mages in that. You've seen, well, actually, Gabba, you've seen it specifically from the tower. There are mages that collect pieces of everything. Like parts of one of these pseudopods, part of their tongues. Like,
Yeah.
they'll collect anything and everything. That doesn't mean they're always useful.
Yeah, no.
They might always be trying to find something useful of it, but so whoever wrote down the sword,
Yes.
it is the sword of Blackthorn. It is a +1 longsword.
Nice.
It is also a necrotic infused blade that deals an additional 1d4 necrotic damage on a hit.
Does anyone on our party able to use a longsword? Because I know I can't.
Not me, no.
Nope.
Okay,
Gabba?
so you
Yeah, I
got
was
that
the only
part
one
down?
I think who can use
I think
it.
so.
I was going to
That's
say,
fine.
you probably could because you're a barbarian, so.
Hey,
Yeah,
I mean, you risk yourself to grab it, so it does kind of make sense anyway, right?
True.
Yeah, Gavin's like, yeah, but
My
finally get
apologies.
sword.
But the pistol
think
got
you
away
deserve
from
it.
me. And by the time I had started writing, I kind of lost track.
Okay.
Past one plus
So
one
it
longsword.
it's the sword of Blackthorn. It is a +1 longsword that is necrotic infused. So it deals an additional 1d4 necrotic damage on a successful hit. There is something else, but I'll wait till you get that part down.
Uh-oh.
Well, this stuff, you'll like whoever wields it, it's a +1 longsword that does 1d4 damage. You'll know
Yeah,
that.
of course.
You won't
Yeah.
know this next part until it's identified.
Okay.
Right.
Once per day, the wielder can speak a command word, so you'll have to figure that out. It's part of the identification process to cause the blade to basically wreath in shadow, imposing disadvantage on attacks against them for 1 full minute.
Oh, that's cool.
So it
Well,
surrounds
just got more dangerous.
the user in
You
shadows.
surround the wielder with shadows for 1 full minute.
Nice.
Nice.
Once per
Well,
day.
Gabba just got nastier to fight against, right?
Yeah.
Now,
but
do
just a
you
product.
guys, as I said, you guys can continue to play these characters in the Discord because we will consider this that you guys have already. We'll consider that you've already done this.
Yeah.
Hopefully, you don't die.
Oh, okay.
But you can continue to play in the Discord, and we can come back to it again and do a repeat episode of this dungeon crawl.
All right.
And continue forward because there are, just so you know, there are 13 rooms on level 1, and then there's level 2.
Oh wow. Okay. Cool.
And we only went through 3.
Yeah, I wasn't sure how quick you guys were going to get through it.
Which is too
that
thorough,
will end the
apparently.
episode. And so people understand, like, dungeon crawls are just this. They literally are a room by room crawl through the dungeon. You can go, you can actually whiz through some of these sometimes. You can go through, like, you didn't have to have half of these encounters. However, part of the fun of a dungeon crawl is uncovering every stone, searching for things, finding little bits of treasure and loot, and getting some experience. Now, do you want me to give your characters the experience points now for what you did, or wait until after you've completed the dungeon?
I don't mind either way. I don't mind either way.
I'd prefer to wait because, I mean, it's if we have a personal person.
I prefer now, but it doesn't really matter.
Lucas says now. What about you, Gabba?
No, I'm just saying I don't mind the wait. I kind of like this journey. And it's more than just a dungeon crawl. It's like interaction of personalities, and you can see traits of people, and it's just really cool to bring that out and to develop that together. So
when you're able to do it, sections like this, and take it almost like turn at a time, you can kind of do that. You put some of the role play, but not really. You can actually put it back in its own way. So yeah, I'm quite impressed with where your guys' standing is. However, I think there are some people that are wounded.
Only slightly.
So maybe at this point, room 3 would be a good idea for you guys to take a long rest.
Awesome. Yeah, that'd be great, actually.
Close the door. You notice by the time you close the door, you can unlock it yourself and lock it yourself from the inside. Not a problem.
Okay, awesome.
Here. So yeah, you can rest inside this.
That'd be great. Yeah.
All right, so guys, that was part 1 of the Dungeons of Blackthorn Keep, which I'm glad you guys came along for the ride and experienced it. And
that was a ton of fun.
It's been fun to kind of go through. I haven't done a dungeon crawl in a long time because normally you don't get to play these except in home games. And my home game, unfortunately, I started it, and for the past 6 weeks, I've had to cancel it.
That's rough.
People's either been sick or not able to do it. Like, I've been ready. I'm dying to I'm ready to go because they're actually in another region of Foreverland.
Oh wow!
Yeah, and so they're kind of expanding. They're in the Duchy of Jocelana, which is kind of like northeast of the Middlelands.
Very cool.
So, for those of you that know, I know non-Patreon members have to wait a little bit, but Patreon members do have access to the regional release now of Southern Expanse. The Southern Expanse is a region in and of itself. Thank you very much, Ken, for proofreading that 122-page document.
Wow,
it was fun.
Yeah, it was pretty massive. It is a little bit larger than the Lands of Alsafia that was released last month, but I think it's probably more detailed. because again, I'm preparing for the upcoming series in the summertime. So I'm trying to get some stuff down and on paper and finalized. Again, just as a reminder for people out there watching, these things are all available. I never did put up. Shoot, I forgot to even put this up. Let's do it right now. This is the one link. So that's all you have. One big link right there. It's actually lnk.bio/DeaconsTable. And that will take you to our page that has all of our links on it. All the socials, the Twitch, YouTube, everything. It's all there, including the merchandise store and everything else.
Nice.
On that link, so you can follow it. Discord link is right at the top.
That is helpful.
So please join the Discord, become part of the community. These things will all be, for the most part, most stuff will be available for free eventually on the Discord. If you're on the Patreon, you get early access. There also is some exclusive Patreon content that you'll be able to access as well, moving forward. But it's all there, and it's so much fun creating and having creative people around me that enjoy the game and help me create, because Naomi, you've got the Seahorse Isles. You and Lorelei have your own region that you've worked on. It's still in development, but it's being worked on. And Jenny, you've actually now got your own region as well. That you're starting and working on, which is super, super cool. It's nice to let someone else take the reins of these areas and develop them, which is why when I tell people they're not quite understanding what I mean by that Foreverland is a community developed modular campaign setting. So the world has all these plug and play regions that you can put in and have fun with. So it makes it interesting. So either way, guys, thank you very much for tuning in. And my new catchphrase, and I've been using it on all my TikToks lately, is, until next time, may all your rolls be criticals, not just the 20, but also the 1, because sometimes that 1 is just as much fun.
Yes.
Bye for now, everybody, and thanks for tuning in.